How do you get a girlfriend if you're a boring guy? Find a boring girlfriend. They're out there. Go to the games night in a pub near you. You'll find people way more boring, but probably very annoying at first. The odds are good, but the goods are odd. Do you have any interests? Best thing I ever did was follow my interests, which led me to meet people with similar passions. I met my current partner by bonding over music and 40K. Just do what makes you happy. As long as that's relatively healthy. And keep in mind that comfortable doesn't necessarily mean happy. I'm a boring girl. In a boring world. My life's unfantastic. I'm made of plastic. Find a girl who's looking for reliable and relatable instead of action and adventure. The right girl will think you're interesting as hell. Keep trying, dude. Find a boring girl. There's plenty of us around. Lol. What do you mean by boring? And what are you comparing it to? Do you not like to go out and party? How much fun can others possibly be having in relation to you? I go to work and going home and laying in bed is the highlight of my day. Luckily my partner feels the same way. Get off Reddit. Don't resign yourself to being boring. Study something. Work towards something. Passion will follow. Find a girl that's more boring than you. Indoor rock climbing is super fun. Even for beginners and folks that might not be super physically fit. To an extent, it's a great place to meet friends and potential partners. Likely the issue isn't the boringness of the person. The problem with dating boring people is that they are typically bored and looking for someone to entertain them. Most partners don't share every hobby together. But it's important that they aren't relying on the other person to give their life meaning. It's simple, be an open book and you'll fall off the shelf, not worth hiding the complexity of yourself. No hobbies if a girl asks you to join some activities with her. Will you be ready to join? No talkative. Are you willing to listen if there is a girl who can talk much? No emotion. This one is really a big deal. Seriously. You need to work on it in many ways. If you have no feeling or empathy, it is a big struggle in a relationship. There will be out there lady who can be lazy and be boring with you, but there won't be fair for any girl who is in a relationship with an emotionless person. If you want to find one, you need to work on it. Relationship is not something falling from the sky freely. You have to work hard for it if you want one. Find a boring partner and chill together. Plenty of boring people just staying like that like you. You're not having a tough time because you're boring. Gee, you're having a hard time because you have low enough self-esteem to think you're too boring to find a girlfriend. Get that fixed first. Lots of dudes who are boring have boring girlfriends. I have met plenty. Fix your life first so that you aren't bored all the time. Then get a girlfriend. Don't put the cart before the horse. Get an equally boring girlfriend. Think about it in reverse. Don't think about how to get a girlfriend. Think about what you want to give as a boyfriend. That's an important perspective shift. From the jump, I'd recommend altering the way you're looking at the situation. In other words, get your head on straight first, soldier. If you mean you don't go out much to meet people, there's plenty of girl introverts too. I had success on Tinder. Okay, here's some honest advice. Number 1. Stop trying to get a girlfriend. Most women do not like to be seen as a goal or reward. They're people, and they like to be treated like people. The mentality of going out and grinding to get a girlfriend is self-defeating. I know it's cliché, but you gotta focus on you. Number 2. You're probably not as boring as you think you are. And I'm sure you just don't realize it because it's you. It's your normal. You're boring because it's what you see day in and day out. I'm sure you have interests. And probably hobbies too. Number 3. This is the part where you have to do work. Figure out what you're passionate about and interested in. And just practice that. Find groups in your area that do what you like to do. Like video games. There's always a local adult gaming group you can find. Like to drink? Bars. Like to read? Library. Seek out these places. Do what you like to do in them. And have decent hygiene while you do this. Also, remember this. Boring isn't nearly as bad as you can get. At least you're not creepy, stinky, or openly racist. You can do a lot worse than boring. That's the neat part. You don't never admit you're a boring person. People like presentation with flair rather than accuracy. Imagine how shitty a song would be if an artist said, "Not my best work, but it's whatever." You don't have to like it. Become more interesting. Some ways to do this. Try new things until you find something you enjoy and take a genuine interest in others. Just showing others you're interested in them makes them like you more. Sounds like you're putting the cart before the horse. I too grew up fairly nerdy when I was younger. Though I was lucky to always have a solid group of core friends that were good dudes. Not popular dudes, but good smart ones. I was into video games. And in middle school wasn't really on any girl's radar. But why would I be? I was 5'1", 100 pounds soaking wet. Dressed like a goober and had mediocre social skills outside of Xbox Live, Halo 2 voice chat and my close friend group. So what did I do? I took a risk. I joined the high school football team on a whim my freshman year. I sucked. Like huge dick. Small and slow and uncoordinated. All awful qualities for football. But I stuck with it. Never bitched. And realized to get better I had to hit the weight room post-season. There was the wrestling coach who recruited me to test it out, and next thing you know now I'm into wrestling. Sucked dick until I got really good my senior year. Football I continued to suck at, but I eventually got good at hitting people, so I got to play a little D, but mostly special teams. These sports did not make me interesting. What they did once I rolled into senior year 5'9" after finally hitting puberty and weighing a solid 160 with almost no body fat due to wrestling 140. Was give me confidence. Confidence that bled itself everywhere else in my life. Drove me to shoot for the stars for college. Got me my first high school girlfriend that IMO was one of the prettiest girls in school. All turning into a positive feedback loop that led me to a cool career. Military pilot. A sick set of travel experiences. Etc. All of which made me more interesting. This took years to build though. There was no easy button. Took me 3 to 4 years of hitting weight room, wrestling room, etc. almost daily to hit any sort of meaningful payoff. But I didn't do it for the girls. I did it for myself. Now you don't have to do sports. But if you care about getting a girl of any sort of attractiveness into you, you need to stop being a fat turd. If you are one, and get your ass in shape. Getting a nice physique will give you that first bit of confidence and is one of the easiest and cheapest things to get you going. From there you need to take risks. Like that movie Yes Man. You have to go outside your comfort zone and find some sort of group shit to do. It can be the old lady stitching club for all I care. But you need to get out and be around people. Different people. It'll help you learn how to talk and gain more confidence. Go have life experiences. Go travel. Get good at a hobby. If video games are your jam, then become an esports pro, Twitch guy, YouTube content creator. Though not at the expense of exercise and getting outside. You're boring because you let yourself get boring. You were apathetic to trying to build yourself up to be anything. The good news is it's okay. You still have a ton of time to right the ship. Don't try to do it all at once. Simply finding the most basic weightlifting plan on the internet and joining the $15 per month gym down the road and going 5 days a week will get you going down the right path. Or signing up for that event your parks service sets up for a hiking group. You get the idea. Cooking classes. Learning another language. Fucking anything. You don't have to take up interests just because you think it'll make you cool. You don't have to join a fraternity if you're in college because they seem like they're cool and getting girls. Just find stuff that seems interesting and dive in. Worst case, you realize you don't like it and try something else. To answer your question though, you need to work on yourself before you worry about girls. They'll come on their own naturally once you've put in the work.